seems as though Donald Trump is unstoppable at this point. I mean, he already is leading by double digits over any other primary candidate, including that of Ron DeSantis or Vivek Ramaswamy. And I just want to say, as much, I did not entirely see the Republican primary debate because honestly, I didn't think it was worth it. Go Donald Trump. But Vivek Ramaswamy definitely hit it out of the park. He's been hitting it out of the park for a few months now. He's managed to go from 0 to second place in an instant. You have to admit, that's pretty impressive whether you're with him or not. Me personally, I'm just in the middle. I'm one of those people who doesn't know entirely for sure about him. All I do know is I'm voting for Trump. 100% voting for Donald J. Trump. And thanks to his stunts, or thanks to the stunts that have occurred within the last 2 days, it's easy to understand why. And I wouldn't be surprised it actually caused his poll numbers to boost. I mean, already, he managed to troll the RNC, basically by not only not attending the debate, in fact, he also trolled Fox News in that instance. He managed to not perform at the debate, decided to sit this one out, and he went so far as to do an interview with Tucker Carlson, and they decided to release that entire interview at the same time of the primary debate. And me personally, I saw the entirety of the interview, and my total focus was on the interview, not really on the debate, which is why I only saw a small percentage of the debate. I didn't really care. Most of them were just basically politicians. The only two people that were the most standout were Ron DeSantis, who I honestly don't really support anymore, except as a governor, and Vivek Ramaswamy, as I stated. He was impressive. He was a pretty good speaker. But yeah, it already the fact that Donald Trump went so far as to basically give the middle finger to both RNC and Fox News already goes to show that, well, you can't stop the guy. You can't. He's already ahead in the polls. Why the hell would you want to go through the primary? And of course, there's going to be all those kinds of people that are like, oh, how dare he not go and join the presidential debates? I mean, and I would say, Joe Biden is not likely to join the presidential debate because he's the incumbent in the Democratic Party. So what's your point? Donald Trump is the incumbent and as well as the front runner for the Republican Party. I just don't understand it. I just do not understand that kind of mentality. And the next day was the kicker, because he along with the 19 other people who were indicted for the charge of trying to overturn the election in Georgia, and just posting a few tweets that Fina Willis did not like. They were arrested and booked, and they were given mugshots. And yeah, Razorfist is completely right. Donald Trump and the 18 other people, including Rudy Giuliani, who were booked and given mugshots, are now officially along the lines of folk hero status. Because not only do people love an underdog, Americans love criminals and how basically they go after the system. And Donald Trump has been going after the system for a lot of time. And if he hasn't been going after the system has been going after him. So this only goes to show with that case. And just within a few hours after I heard about that, he's been selling merch. In fact, I decided yesterday, a few hours later, that I was going to buy one of his shirts. So it's in the mail. I've already spent nearly $41 for just one t-shirt. And for the love of God, I intend to maybe wear that at Amazon. Just to screw with people. Because I know that there are definitely a few liberals out there that have TDS. Although it's still heavily Trump-oriented. There's still a lot of people within there that are actually pro-Trump. But nonetheless, it's just, this already predictively has caused a boost in his approval ratings. And of course, this is probably going to be the biggest finance event ever. I wouldn't be surprised that not only would this support his own campaign, this would help his own legal trap or his own legal troubles as a result. And I'm not just talking about with Fulton County. I'm talking about with Alvin Bragg, Julian Smith, and of course with Fina Willis, and that issue with the classified documents down in Florida. But of course, the Democrats, not understanding the profound effect of this, are still trying to go after him. I mean, of course, they are liking the fact that he has the mugshot, but I'm pretty sure when they found out that he's now out of the jail, they were fuming with literal steam coming out of their ears. And of course, it's gotten so far that a lot of people with Trump derangement syndrome are just thinking that Donald Trump is disqualified as a result of the 14th Amendment. In fact, I read an article on the Hill that said that a lawyer in Florida actually said that Donald Trump is disqualified, and he even filed this claim based upon the 14th Amendment, which is basically anyone who has been charged with treason or sedition is not allowed to run. There are just two problems with this. One, Donald Trump has not been found guilty of any crime yet. I mean, of course, there's the whole indictment thing, but again, he's one, innocent until proven guilty, and two, he hasn't been judged by the jury of his peers. And let's not forget that he can potentially punt it to the Supreme Court, which I'm 100% expecting for him to do if it does go through that. I mean, after all, these are pretty dubious legal charges as a result, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are thrown out. But the second major problem with that is that he was already found not guilty in the case of sedition or treason. How do I know this? Oh, let's see. The second impeachment, you idiots. When he was impeached a second time, it was all over because of January 6th. How he tried to start a riot. How he was trying to not only overturn the election, he was trying to overthrow the federal government of the United States. And they found him not guilty. But people are probably going to say, but there are more senators that voted in favor of finding him guilty. Even though one, many of those were already rhinos that did not like the guy, and number two, according to the Constitution, officials within the federal government need to be found guilty by the Senate when the vote of guilty is 2/3 of the entire Senate. In this case, that would be either 66 or 67. I don't know which one for sure, but it's definitely 2/3 of the Senate that needs to find the guy guilty before he's removed and thrown into prison. That did not happen, people. That did not happen twice. And now you're trying to still use the whole 14th Amendment thing in order to get rid of Donald Trump. Because you know, like I do, that he is a major threat. He's a threat to Joe Biden. He's a threat to the establishment. He's a threat to rhinos. He's a threat to Democrats. Everyone knows that. And yet you're still continuing on. You think that this whole situation with these indictments are just going to try to derail him? It's actually making him stronger. Again, poll numbers have risen. He's already dominated Iowa in just 3 days before he was going to be booked for the Fulton County jail. 3 days ago, he was already dominating Iowa. And that is supposed to be the first state in the primaries. And yet you think you could get rid of the guy. Go ahead and live in your own delusion. But me, I'm going to try to live in reality. And honestly, I'm kind of excited. And you can already see with Donald Trump's mugshot that he is, I wouldn't say he's pissed, but not for the right reasons, as many lefties would think. He is pissed at the system for trying to go after him. He's pissed, and he's very motivated, and he is energetic. That face, the one where he was scowling at the camera, is one that was saying, I am coming for you. And I hope to God Donald Trump does come for these people. Because they deserve it. For not only trampling on his rights and many others who support Trump, but violating the Constitution in general to suit their own needs. My name is Noah Meehan on the Arc of Truth. Please post your comments down below, like the video, and subscribe to your friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I speak or any improvements I should make, please post in the comment section down below or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven.